Hello everyone, to continue our discussion, we are going to discuss Module 2, Unit 2, which is using apps. Application, or just simply apps, are the software programs that let users do useful things with their computers, such as editing documents, browse websites, send emails, watch videos, play games, and many more. The term app originally referred specifically to software written in mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets, while the word application came to mean software written for a desktop or a laptop or your workstation. Before you try to install an application, make sure that you are following the installation best practices. So these are the best practices. Make sure that your software is compatible with your operating system. So remember that your computer hardware meets the application recommended system settings, but although some application will consider your minimum requirements. Special installation instruction or known issue, and make sure that you have a valid or licensed software to install and use the product. Once the application has been installed, there are various ways to perform additional configuration and application management. Sometimes you may experience difficulties getting it to run. If this is the case, you can inspect the properties of the executable file, or you can right-click the application and then choose the properties and look for details and compatibility tab. The compatibility tab can be used to run the programs in compatibility mode, like for example Windows 98, for instance, just like in our example. As you can see, there is a compatibility tab, and look for compatibility mode and check the checkbox and choose the operating system that you want to be compatible. If a software program stops working, the best solution is usually to uninstall and then reinstall it. Some programs may also support repair option, which can be a bit quicker and preserve your custom settings. Some programs may have optional components which you can add or remove using a change option. You will also want to uninstall unneeded programs, the programs that you are no longer use. To use any of these options, open Programs and Features in Control Panel, and then click the program icon, then choose the appropriate option, if it is repair, change, or uninstall, just like in our sample. You can also enable and disable Windows features. You can control this by clicking Turn off Windows features on and off, like in our example. Remember, when installing an app or application, you need to ensure that the software is properly licensed for use. When you buy a software, you must read and accept the license governing its use, often called as the End User License Agreement, or the EULA. The terms of the license will vary according to the type of software, but the basic restriction is usually that the software may be on a one computer only or single-use license. Usually, the software is activated using a product key, which will be a long string of characters and numbers printed on a box or disk case. The product key will generate a different product ID or serial number, which is often used to obtain technical support. The product ID is usually displayed when the application starts and can be accessed using the About option on the Help menu. Another is, if a site has a large number of computers, these computers are often networked. This means that the software bought under license can be installed to a network server so that all authorized users can access it without it being installed on each individual computers. These are referred as Client Access Licenses, or CAL. It is illegal to use or distribute unauthorized copies of software, which is called pirated copies. Pirated software often contains errors and viruses as well. So please do not use pirated copies. Some software setup program will often prompt you to register the application, either using an online form or the card supplied with the setup disk. Registering is usually optional but may be required to obtain product support and updates and validate the warranty. So it is important to register your software. Some software licensing tended toward one-time purchases of licenses for a given number of devices or user seats. This model is being replaced by subscription-based licensing, where organizations pay a per-user monthly fee to get access to the software. For example, we have Adobe Creative Cloud and Microsoft Office 365. We also have different types of application, which are shareware, freeware, and open source. Shareware is a software that you can install free of charge so that you can evaluate it for a limited time only. For example, you install a software for 30 days only, and after 30 days, you have to pay for the software. Freeware is a software that is available and free of charge. Open source software that makes the program code used to design it available. Productivity software refers to application that helps users complete a typical office task, such as writing a letter or a report, sales presentation, or processing orders. Next is a web browser. Web access is important to many professions and organizations, not only for information and research, but also to contact customers, suppliers, and business partners through social media. Spreadsheet consists of a table containing rows, columns, and cell. When values are entered into the cell, formulas can be applied to them, enabling complex calculation to be carried out. Just see the example. Word processing software. Word processing means application that helps users to write and edit documents. Like for example, a Microsoft Word. Presentation software. So presentation software enables users to create sophisticated slideshows. Pictures, company logos, graphs, and text can be added to the slides together with a variety of animation. Visual diagramming software assists the creation of these by providing templates and shapes for different kinds of diagram. The user does not have to worry about creating icons or shapes. They can just drag shapes from the template into the diagram and use the software tools to connect them properly. One of the example is Visio. Collaboration software means that multiple users can work together on the same file or project. Email software is an application that allows the user to compose and send messages and receive messages from others. The email client softwares work in conjunction with an email server, which handles the business of actually transmitting the message over the network. One of the example is this one. Online Workspace is one where a file is hosted on a network and users can sign in to get access to it. Different users might be assigned different permission over the document. For example, some users may be able to view or print the document or add comments to it. Others may be able to edit it. Like for example, Word Online and Google Docs. Remote Desktop allows a user to connect to a computer over a network. The remote desktop server runs on the target computer. The user starts a remote desktop client application and enters the connection information. Like for example, the Chrome Remote Desktop. Instant messaging software allows the users to communicate in real time. Unlike with email, there is no delay between sending and receiving a message. VoIP or Voice over Internet Protocol packages voice communication as data packets, transmit them over the network, then reassemble the packets to provide a two-way real-time voice communication. Video conferencing or video teleconferencing (VTC) allows users to configure virtual meeting rooms with options for voice, video, and instant messaging. Telepresence is a term used to refer to a particular sophisticated video conferencing solution. The idea is that the participants have a real sense of being in the same room, just like this one. For the business software, it is designed to assist a particular business process or consumer demand. Desktop publishing is similar to word processing but more emphasis on the formatting and layout of documents rather than editing the text. Like for example, graphic design. There are many types of graphic design application which can be broadly categorized as follows. Digital darkroom, products such as Adobe Photoshop assist with the correction and manipulation of photographic images. Digital paint, products such as Corel Painter allow the creation of bitmap artwork on a computer. Digital drawing, products such as Adobe Illustrator allow the creation of vector-based line art. 3D animation allow the creation of digital films or creation of effects in motion pictures. For example, CAD or computer-aided design makes technical drawing and schematics easier to produce and revise. Drawings can be rotated or viewed in 3D and easily transmitted to a client for feedback. Like for example, project management involves breaking a project into a number of tasks and assigning responsibilities, resources, and time scale to ensure the completion of those tasks. For example, Microsoft Project or Smartsheet. There are many software applications designed to support financial and commercial functions such as order processing, accountancy, and payroll. Like this example. Database softwares enable the user to store, organize, and retrieve information. Databases can search through thousands of records very quickly and display the data in a format specified by the user, like these examples. And last but not the least, business specific. A company may also commission custom-made software to implement a specific line of business function. LOB function would cover functions that cannot be performed by off-the-shelf software. And these are the example: word processing program, account software, billing software, payroll software, database software, asset management software, and desktop publishing software or program. Thank you guys, and also watch the next video, Unit 3, which is the programming and app development.